It's time once again to check out some horror comics. Get excited. But before we do, I want to let you all know that I'll be tooling around the McCormick Place all weekend at the Chicago Comics and Entertainment Expo, better known as C2E2. I don't have a table this year, but if you're at the con and see me zombieing about, come on up to me and let's talk horror movies and comics. Remember, this isn't a set of reviews, it's just a list of what you'll find when you hit the comic shops this week in Comics Horror, April 24th, 2024. Pardon me while I interrupt this video with a quick moment of self-promotion. I just wanted to let my devoted followers know that I wrote another film and it's out now for free on Tubi as a Tubi original. I checked out Earthquake Underground the other day, and while it does have a modest budget, it managed to pull off a lot of disaster action nevertheless. It's not Shakespeare, but it was a hell of a lot of fun to make. It's my second script to be made into a movie, and my first stab at a disaster movie. Now you may say, Mark, all earthquakes are underground, but the name refers to a handful of survivors of a massive earthquake who find themselves trapped inside a building that is sunk underground and desperate to find their way to the surface. I had a blast writing this with the good people at the asylum. If you have a spare hour and a half and want to check out a fun disaster movie, Earthquake Underground is free on Tubi now. Okay, let's check out This Week in Comics Horror, April 24th, 2024. This week in
ass, titties, ass and titties, ass, titties, titties, ass and titties,
brings forth only one comic honoring that sweet, sweet female form. From Dynamite Entertainment, Uber writer Christopher Priest and artist Christian Rosado comes Vampirella, Dracula, Rage number 6, the final chapter in the bloody battle between Vampy and the Prince of Darkness. But that cover suggests that Vampy will have time for some spooning right after fighting tooth and nail. Spoon! Indie Comics is where it's at, period. First up is Project CRYPTID number 8 from Ahoy Comics, which does a monthly peek into the world of cryptozoology. This month focuses on the Florida skunk ape and the Jersey Devil. From Archie Comics, Chilling Adventures presents The Cult of That Wilkins Boy, Initiation number 1. That Wilkins boy is all grown up, and after selling his own soul for rock and roll, he's now managing other musicians and gambling with their souls. This one is from Cullen Bunn and Dan Schoening. I've been reading and digging the horror story called Charred Remains, which is on its 5th issue. This book from Mad Cave Studios, Anthony Cleveland, and the hardest working artist in the biz, Andrea Mutti, is a cool little tale about a demon-like serial killer who starts fires and the firemen and one survivor who are desperately trying to find some way to stop it. Dark Horse Comics produces Operation Sunshine number 1, which has a ragtag group of vampires searching for a magic doohickey that will turn themselves back into humans, and they run into a group of Elder Swamp vamps that protect that doohickey. Sounds like a lot of fun. While the movie left me cold, maybe Ghostbusters Back in Town number 2 will be the story that brings me back into the Ghostbusters franchise. Maybe the comic will be filled with the irreverent humor and kooky ghosts akin with the Ghostbusters brand. Or maybe we'll just focus on Phoebe getting some more love from a ghostly nymphette. Who am I kidding? It's comics. I know the answer. At least it's from Greg Pak and David M. Booher. They're a couple of decent writers. The new American Psycho series from Sumerian Press follows a man who idolizes Patrick Bateman and wants to continue where his rampage left off. This seems like an intriguing sequel to the popular and influential horror movie from Michael Calero and Piotr Kowalski. And from Image Comics, Noah Gardner, Ryan Parrott, and Jason Pearson comes The Infernals, which has been described as Succession in Hell as the devil's kids battle for dominion over their papa's power. Expect more backstabbing, assassination attempts, and betrayals in this issue. Marvel Comics used to have the best horror back in the 70s. Currently, I'm about to plow through Tomb of Dracula after finishing the original Werewolf by Night series. But nowadays, it feels the company is a bit too mainstream to take the chances horror needs. Still, they try. Ed Brisson and Francesco Manna depict the final showdown between Theta, the survivor they've been following since the beginning of this series, and a hunting party of predators who killed her parents. But Theta is brandishing a small arsenal on her person, so it looks like it might be an even match. Blade number 10 inches the vampire hunter closer to the Marvel's upcoming event, The Blood Hunt. This comic has been cinematic fun since issue 1, from Brian Hill and Elena Casagrande. And speaking of The Blood Hunt, if you're going to C2E2 this weekend, like I am, you can pick up the advance copy of Marvel's new event, The Blood Hunt, by Jed MacKay and Pepe Larraz. This event is oozing with horrors, and each issue has a gory variant cover. Let's hope some of that gore makes it to the inside story, and this event about the Marvel Universe getting taken over by vampires has some kind of stakes. Get it? Stakes. James Tynion IV is neck and neck with writer Cullen Bunn as the most prolific horror comic book writer in the biz. This week, Tynion has 3 comics coming out. World Tree number 9 continues Tynion's tale of techno-terror as we find out more about the dark internet hidden below the one we all know and love, where all kinds of horrors come to life, and now they seem to be crawling out into the real world. Tynion's biggest hit to date, Something is Killing the Children, has its 36th issue this week. While I think the series might benefit from picking up the pace, I'm still always riveted to every issue of this series. In this new story arc, Tynion and his regular artist, Werther Dell'Edera, tell one-and-done stories in each issue about monster hunter Erica's early days. And Distillery is releasing Tynion's newest comic, Spectrograph, which promises to be an expansive ghost story set in a haunted house owned by a millionaire who's been working on something in secret for many, many years. I'm interested. Finally, here are 3 comics I can't wait to check out this week. It's my 3 favorite books of the week. First, Bambi has lost its family, Pooh has lost his home. Both are out for revenge, and they're going to fight about it. This is from David Wall, David Francini, and Zenescope, usually known for their cheesecakey covers, but surely Zenescope wouldn't have a cover for this one with, whoop, looky there, color me corrected.
Ass and titties.
Feral number 2 is from Image Comics, and the creator behind Stray Dogs, Tony Fleeks, and artist Tone Rodriguez. And once again, Fleeks has mashed together cute Disney-esque animals with the world of horror. This time it's 28 days later with stray cats during an outbreak of rabies that is spreading at an exponential rate, leaving a trio of kitties on the run from rabid animals and humans trying to wipe them all out. The first issue was a winner, and I can't wait for more. Finally, if there's one comic I am the most excited for this week, it's Universal Monsters' Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives number 1. I loved Tynion's Dracula series, adapting the original film in new and interesting ways, and now Skybound Entertainment is pointing its sights on my favorite Universal monster, the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Dan Waters, Ram V, and Matthew Roberts have a lot to live up to after that Dracula adaptation. I can't wait to see if they can deliver the goods. Well, that was a big old bunch of horror comics released this week. Surely there's something I listed here that you'll find worth your precious time and hard-earned money. Hopefully I'll see you over there at C2E2 this weekend. Let me know which ones look good to you that are coming out this week down in the comments. Please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be. stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. You're doomed. Live the life that you are meant to be. Live inside